Such a natural comedian. Not saying he was typecast as Johnny Fever or WKRP, but on One Day at a Time, on Soap, on Billy Jack of all things, the movie, and Head of the Class, he was a person that you couldn't take your eyes off because he was always doing something interesting. And my dad always said him and Martin Mull must have been the same mother because they have the same type of, comedy. And actually, he played the Martin Mull character in the TV version of FM, if you know that connection. So that shows right there. Howard Hesseman passed away 3 years ago, but his legacy lives on in WKRP syndication. We've been doing a few WKRP podcasts in recent days because with all the negativity going on in the world, we need a little bit of WKRP in time like this. Now, this American actor was known as mostly for his TV roles, including the burned-out disc jockey Dr. Johnny Fever in WKRP in Cincinnati, and the lead role of the history teacher Charlie Moore, not to be confused with the baseball player on Head of the Class. He appeared regularly on TV and film from the 70s to 2010s, with his other noteworthy roles including Sam Royer, the husband of lead character Anne Romano in the last 2 seasons of One Day at a Time, and a supporting role as Captain Pete Lissard in the film Police Academy 2, their first assignment. Now, born in Lebanon, Oregon on February 27, 1940, his parents divorced when he was 5, and he was raised by his mother and stepfather, a police officer. He graduated from Silverton High School in 58. Hesseman eventually attended the University of Oregon and was later a founding member of the San Francisco-based improv comedy troupe The Committee with fellow actor David Ogden Stiers. Early in his career, he used the alias Don Sturdy, the name he also used as a radio DJ on the underground FM station KMXPX in San Fran in the late 60s. Now, his career started out in 1968 and nothing but strong performances next 50 years. Under the alias of Don Sturdy, Hesseman made his first TV appearances, including the episode Public Affairs DRO7 of the show Dragnet in 1968. He portrayed a hippie named Jesse Chaplin, the editor of an underground newspaper. In this episode, his character was a panelist on a TV show opposite Sergeant Friday and Officer Gannon. He then played a bit part in the 2 final season episodes of The Andy Griffith Show. In the episode Sanford Town Council, Hesseman played a character named Harry who has an exchange with Emma Clark, Paul Hartman, who was running for town council against Sam Jones, played by Ken Berry. Harry complains to Emmett how the poor fishing had been at a nearby fishing spot. Emmett promises to stock the pond with big perch in exchange for Harry's vote. Harry agrees and there wears a campaign button supporting Emmett in a race. In the episode Goober Goes to an Auto Show, Hesseman, also credited as Dan Sturdy, played the counterboy, serving hot dogs and root beers to Goober and his old trade school rival Roy Swanson, played by Noam Pitlick. Now, in July 1869, he appeared with the improvisational comedy troupe The Committee in several sketches on the Dick Cavett Show, including one with guest Janis Joplin. Hesseman also appeared on a number of skits as part of The Committee in the 1971 classic film Billy Jack, playing the most famous cop stoners probably in early hippie history. Now, he made several episode appearances of Mr. Plager, a member of the group Therapy Ensemble on the Bob Newhart Show. Mr. Plager eventually came out as gay. Hesseman eventually became a playwright in the 6th season of the show, writing a play about the characters in the group. In several other episodes, his voice can be heard as a TV announcer. Now, Hesseman, again, best known for Dr. Johnny Fever, known as Dr. Caravella, Johnny Duke, Johnny Style, Johnny Midnight, Johnny Sunshine, Riptide, on the TV sitcom WKRP in Cincinnati from 78 to 82, a role Hesseman prepared for by working as a DJ in San Fran for several months. Nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comic Series in 1881, he reprised a role in 9 episodes of the new WKRP in Cincinnati, also directed several episodes of the 91 to 93 series revival. Now, besides appearing on soap in some of the early episodes, he portrayed Sam Royer, the man who married Anne Romano, Bonnie Franklin, on the sitcom One Day at a Time from 82 to 84. Now, in 86, he appeared in the Disney film Flight of the Navigator as NASA research facility scientist Dr. Louis Faraday. Now, back to TV, where he played teacher Charlie Moore on the ABC series Head of the Class for 4 seasons from 86 to 1990. Now, in 94, he introduced lost footage of Janis Joplin in a documentary on Woodstock. He made 3 appearances on Saturday Night Live, one of which he paid tribute to and told jokes about. The recently deceased John Belushi, in the other which NBC showed a picture of U.S. President Ronald Reagan, which Hesseman mooned off camera. He also encouraged the viewing audience to moon the picture and send pictures to NBC. In 1995, Hesseman played the role of the Marquis de Sade in Quills at the Geffen Playhouse in Westwood, California, which included one scene in which he was fully naked. In 2001, Hesseman had a guest role for 3 episodes on That 70s Show. Now, in 2006, he played the unorthodox Judge Robert Thompson in 3 episodes of Boston Legal and also appeared in an episode of House. During his appearance as Judge Thompson, Hesseman paid homage to his role as a teacher in the earlier NBC series by hearing a court case while sitting atop the judge's bench, just as the character of Mr. Moore taught his class atop his desk. In 2007, he played the chemist on HBO's John from Cincinnati. He guest starred as announcer at a horse track on Psych in the episode And Down the Stretch Comes Murder. He also guest starred on the 2007 season premiere of NBC's ER, playing a man tripping on magic mushrooms who may or may not be an orthopedist from another hospital. He also starred as Sunshine Boys at the New Theater Restaurant in Overland Park, Kansas, from September to November 2010. In 2011, he portrayed Dr. Elliot D. Aiden in the 11th season CSI crime scene investigation episode Turn On, Tune In, Drop Dead. Dr. Alden was headed the Department of Defense project called Stonewall at WLVU, which did research in fringe psychological concepts such as extrasensory perception and out-of-body experiences. Now, married to Catherine Mazon from 65 to 74, he then was later married for 33 years to actress Caroline Ducroc. He died from complications of colorectal surgery in L.A., California on January 29th, 2022 at age 81. So, on film, Petulia, Some Kind of a Nut, Billy Jack in 71, The Christian Liquor Show, Cisco Pike as Dan Sturdy, Steelyard Blues, Jory, Kid Blue, Shampoo, Prisoners, Whiffs, The Sunshine Boys, Tunnel Vision, Jackson County Jail, Silent Movie, The Big Bus, The Other Side of Midnight, Tarantulas, The Deadly Cargo, Loose Shoes, Americathon, The Jerk, Private Lessons, Honky Tonk Freeway, Dr. Detroit, Focus on Fishko, This is Spinal Tap, where he played Terry Ladd, Clue, Police Academy 2, My Chauffeur, Flight of the Navigator, Inside Out, the original, Heat, the original, Amazon Women on the Moon, Ruben and Ed, Little Miss Millions, Munchie Strikes Back, Out of Sync, Boys Not Out, Gridlocked, The Way to Santiago, The Sky is Falling, Teddy Bear's Picnic, The Mesmerists, About Schmidt, Man About Town, Domestic Import, The Martian Child, The Rocker, Halloween 2, All About Steve, Bigfoot, A Helping Hand, Wild Oats, Silver Skies, Emmett and the People Land, and Dirty Politics. On TV, Andy Griffith Show, the revival of Dragnet in 69, The Feminist and the Fuzz, the TV movie, The Blue Knight, Firehouse, Another April, Rhoda, Mannix, Hustling, Sanford and Son, The Blue Knight, Harry O, Collision Course, Truman versus MacArthur, Family, Switch, Beretta, Laverne or Shirley, Mary Hartman, Mary Harpin, Del Vecchio, Tail Gunner Joe, West Side Medical, The Amazing Albert Hughes, the TV show, The Blank Sleeves Beauties, Quincy, Tarantulas, The Deadly Cargo, The Bob Newhart Show, The Ghost of Flight 401, The Rockford Files, Husband, Wives, and Lovers, 7 big episodes of soap as Mr. Franklin, who falls in love with one of the key characters in the show, The Comedy Company, More Than Friends, Outside Chance, WKRP in Cincinnati, 86 episodes, You Can't Take It With You, Gridlock, Skyward, Victims, One Shoe Makes It Murder, 9 to 5, Love Sydney, Likely Stories Volume 4, One Day at a Time, 16 episode, Mr. Roberts, Best Kept Secret, Silence of the Heart, George Burns Comedy Weeks, Murder, She Wrote, Fairy Tale Theater, Six Against a Rock, The Diamond Trap, Head of the Class, Call Me Anna, Vernon, New Hampshire, The Pamela Woha Smart Story, Black Debt, Ray Bradbury Theater, Hot Chocolate, Luke WKRP in Cincinnati, Lethal Exposure, Burke's Law, Innocent Victims, The Outer Limits, High Stakes, On the Second Day of Christmas, Two Guys and a Girl, The Practice, Tracy Takes On, Family Law, The Pretender, Touched by an Angel, 11-9, Three Sisters, That 70 Show, Thieves, Crossing Jordan, Maybe It's Me, It's All Relative, Boomtown, Oliver Bean, Crazy for Christmas, House, Boston Legal, 3 episodes, Psych, John from Cincinnati, 2 episodes, ER, Lie to Me, CSI, Drop Dead Diva, Mike and Molly, His Streak, The Homeless Detective, Chicago Med, A Christmas in Vermont, and of course Fresh Off the Boat. So, ladies and gentlemen, Howard Hesseman can be basically described as one of the most natural comedians of the modern era. And when he died, it was interesting what the Hollywood Reporter said, and a lot of people thought this was something that needed to be talked about. But he was like an improv veteran as Johnny Fever. Not saying he typecast himself, but we learned a lot about improv by watching Johnny Fever and on the show. But like improv is as successful as it is now because he was one times like a trailblazer, and he brought so much to WKRP in Cincinnati. Most of the characters on the show, besides Lonnie Anderson and Jane Smithers, they were pretty well adept at improv, because you can see just his relationship, for example, with Herb, and you're looking at Venus. Him and Johnny is probably one of the most interesting black-white acting combinations in black-white acting combination history, because it was like Ebony and Ivory. Like, you can't think about Venus Flytrap without Johnny Fever. Like, they were like a platonic gay couple, or as we call life partners. Did it influence Jay and Silent Bob? Well, there's a lot of comparisons there. They were one of the most important, lifelong friendship partners in history. And it's too bad he never did like a detective comedy together. You talk about Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. There's no comparison with with Johnny and Venus. In my, because Tim Reed and Johnny Fever, just Howard Hesseman, is just amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the latest on our WKRP Tribute Podcast. If you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share.